Hello everyone, Arcany here, and I'm about to show you new tech that I just found today. I call it the Phantom Slip, and to showcase that, we're gonna sequence break into Speedbooster. I just got early grapple, and I got Bomuhey Skew from another file. Just gonna do this skew here to clear the enemy spawn. Now we need a clip angle on a right-sided backward skew. I'll set that up real quick on the magnet at the bottom, 2 taps near the edge, and then we're gonna aim over the back a bit to the right. This is only possible with a slightly wide angle which we just got. This is going to reverse the direction to the right. Now we want to go inside the wall just deep enough to be able to clip. We don't want to go in too far. When we're good, we flip over to face forward and press Phantom Cloak. Now we want to unskew, doing a backward melee. Thanks to that forward flip, we are now facing into the wall, whereas normally we would unskew facing away from the wall. So we do the backward melee and jump, and as we fall we are going to do 3 pause buffers. 2 pause buffers to move Samus into the wall. Thanks to Cloak we move slowly and won't die out of bounds. And on the 3rd pause buffer we are going to hold free aim and grapple away from the wall. And that's it. That's the Phantom Slip, which allows clipping through corners. Alright, on the way to Speedbooster we have a few more clips. If I had more bombs, this next part would be easy, but I don't, so we do another Phantom Slip. We could use the DLC skew setup here, but I'm gonna wing it with a Hobbit skew. The setup is almost the same, but we don't have to unskew for this one. And instead of free aiming to aim backward with the grapple, I won't free aim at all, and I will aim at a 45-degree angle to the right. That keeps Samus moving, and thanks to the skew, the grapple beam actually goes up and not sideways. I accidentally unpaused for too long and died out of bounds. That's okay, I'll skip to the success. The previous Phantom Slip is easy to replicate compared to this one. I'm not sure why yet, but the layout makes it harder. Sometimes the grapple hits the ceiling, sometimes you hit the exit to the morph tunnel, sometimes you want to fully clip through. It's tough. I'm sure we'll figure out ways to improve that later. Anyway, next up is this door. We just do tornadoes for this one. At some point, I actually thought the door was harder to clip than the rest. It might just be that I'm dumb and accidentally aimed the grapple beam too high or too low and it hit the ceiling or something. But that is why I recommend pause buffering the grapple beam when you fire it after the backward melee to ensure you aim it as flat as possible and you go through safely. Because if you die here, you go back to the checkpoint above, which is the enemy zone's door, and you'd have to redo the second Phantom Slip, and that is pretty tough. I would not recommend. We have one last clip to do here. Very easy clip, and we do the Zaz ledge setup to go fast. Up until now, we rarely see the grapple wall clip in action like this, since we usually go through doors with it, and with the fade out, we never actually get a chance to see it up close. Alright, that was the last clip, and now we just have to go and collect Speedbooster as normal, although we don't really have flashes. It's a bit weird doing these rooms without flashes as we normally would, but it is what we got. So we got to this point in the game before we even collect morph bombs, but it requires doing early grapple, and early grapple requires Variety Suit, and Variety Skip is already a thing for the 80% category that runs with early Bomuhey Skew. So I have my doubts that this specific sequence break will be useful in 80% routing for current patch. This route is actually one possible way to complement the morph to screw attack routing that I showcased just the other day in my channel. So this might actually be good for any percent legacy. I have no idea how fast it would be to do these crazy early game sequence breaks, but it is possible. All that's left to know is whether or not it's fast. Now, what other applications might there be? There might be more uses, there might be places that I haven't even considered, so I do hope the community will see that stuff and find more things to use Phantom Slip on. Now, obviously this was a crude demonstration. I mentioned the other day in the comments that I'm already working on the wall clip tutorial, and I'm glad I found this before then, because now I'm going to mention the Phantom Slip in that tutorial, and I'm going to make a more elaborate explanation on how this works and how to do it. So even if you don't understand the setups today on this video, don't worry, I will do a better tutorial next time for all the wall clip tech. Right, so Speedbooster check, Shine Spark check. Let's take a look at the map. You can see what path I took here. I don't have Burenia in the global map because I haven't been there, and my upgrades are what you would expect doing trade and early grapple. I don't have bombs, I don't have flash shift, but I do have Speedbooster. And that's the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.